Okay, hey guys, today I'm filming a video telling you guys all the stuff I wish somebody told me, or at least about my pregnancy, like how my pregnancy was gonna turn out about pregnancy. I've had one kid already, mind you. I'm pregnant with my second child right now. I didn't really announce that to anything yet, but not even my mother, which y'all will see in the next one of my future videos that is going to be me surprising my mom that I am pregnant with my second kid. And yeah, so stay tuned to see that. But for this video, I'm going to be telling you guys what I dealt with, at least with these two little babies so far. So with Yari, I had horrible nausea. Like, it was horrible from, like, I'll say week 5 until I don't remember. I didn't remember to vlog that, but I was just suffering so bad. Mind you, I track everything in my flow except for the nausea from the last pregnancy, which is something I really wish I would have tracked so I know how long it lasts. Yeah. That's you. That's you. Yeah. That's you, Yari. So I wish I knew how long it lasted, but I can't really tell you guys that yet because I'm still going through it currently. With this baby, I'm currently 11 weeks and 6 days, so tomorrow I will be 12 weeks. What are you turning me? You know you don't get no balls. And yeah, don't mind her hair. We were in the house all day today. Look at my hair. But she just woke up from a nap too. Believe it or not. No balls. No. She's trying to spin me. But yeah, so the first thing I experienced was nausea. It was horrible. Another thing, okay, I'm back. The way that you know, at least for me, the way that I know that my pregnancy nausea is about to start actually starts with this sign. The taste. If you guys have ever been pregnant and experienced that taste, you know the taste. It's not good. It tastes like you just have a constant taste, like you just want to spit all your saliva out and you just never want to make saliva again. Yeah, that's how it feels. And you just have that taste. When you eat something, you taste the taste. Like, it doesn't matter. And it's, for me, for both of my pregnancies, it was very consistent. It was just horrible. That's how I knew my nausea was going to start soon. So as soon as I got that taste, I would still force myself to eat food because I knew soon I wasn't going to be able to eat. With my daughter, when I started experiencing my nausea, I kind of stayed away from food, which I found out with this pregnancy makes it 10 times worse. Staying away from food when you're horribly nauseous is the worst thing you could do, especially if you are one of those people that will continue throwing up stomach cancer, one of those people that will continue throwing up water. Like, I was so terrified of water for both of my pregnancies for so long. And that is honestly very sad because I only drink water. I don't really like pop. Can't drink that much juice. It's too sweet. It tastes like thick in my mouth. I just like water. I don't drink water anymore. I haven't drank water and enjoyed it in about a lot of weeks. At least like 5 weeks. It hasn't been fun. At least with not being able to drink water. I feel severely dehydrated. Like, if all I have is water, I still, like, I force myself to eat something very dry, like a pizza crust. I'll eat like 3 pizza crusts. I'll rip all the pizza crust off all the pizzas. Because I actually don't like red sauce at all this pregnancy, which I was addicted to with Yari. But, oh yeah. Leave gender predictions because I don't know the gender yet and I won't find out until December 30th. And that's the day before my birthday, so that's actually pretty cool. But whatever, that was just a side note. But yeah, so the taste, the nausea. But let me back this up a little bit. I found out when I was pregnant with Yari, I would say about like 1 day missed period. So I was probably like 4 weeks 1 day when I found out I was pregnant with Yari. When I found out I was pregnant with this child, I think I was about 5 weeks and a few days, 5 weeks, 3 days or something like that. I'm not completely sure because I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that I missed it because my period was already fucked up from when I had Yari. after you have kids, your period will be very irregular. That's a side note before I forget to say that. After you have kids, your period will be very irregular for like years, like a year. It was already for my friend, it was like a year. For me, it was like a year and a half. And we just didn't have normal periods. She didn't get periods at all. I got them 2 times a month, which was so abnormal for me. I was very consistent, very regular, and actually very light. I was still light, but I got it 2 times a month at certain months. And some months I would go 4 months without it. Like, I would go 4 months without it, then I'll have 2 in 1 month. Then I'll have one again the next month, then I won't have one for like 6 months. It was just so weird like that for me. So I didn't really care, but you never knew when it was gonna come. Okay. After the nausea subsided, I remember it did subside a little bit. Medicine doesn't really help that much, except for like the first 1 or 2 times you take that specific medicine. So if they keep switching you, yeah, maybe you'll have relief for like 6 days total. If they give you like 6 different medicines, you know what I mean? But that's not exactly in a lot of people's mind, that they don't want to give their baby certain drugs and stuff. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But yeah. So after that, I would start saying one of my biggest problems with being pregnant is when I look bloated all the time. And that leads to the next one, trapped gas. If I sit upright for too long, I always sit like this with my knees up, and I'm just sitting like this on my phone, or I'm just sitting like this on my watching TV, or just sitting like this in general, just sitting. Don't do that. That gives me the worst trapped gas. It gives me and it doesn't come out. When you're pregnant, you get constipated. When you're pregnant, you get hemorrhoids. When you're pregnant, you get all this shit that they didn't tell you. You know what my mom's boyfriend told me one time? Because when I was pregnant with Yari, I told my mom I had a hemorrhoid. And she told her boyfriend for some weird ass reason. And he said, oh, that's from all the whole that they be doing. Talking about me and my boyfriend. I don't do that. He must be doing that. Because I'm not doing that. And the fact is, he has some of those. And he looks like he has his period all the time in the toilet. So the puzzle pieces are connecting. Mind you, he's supposed to be with the woman that is my mother. Obviously, they're not doing the movie stuff. But I don't know. I'm not in that life. Because that's what he was doing to me. So I'm not going to be in his life like he was doing to me. But whatever. Let's go. Let's move past that. Okay. So another thing that I can remember distinctly from being pregnant with my daughter. When you get big, you get big. And you can't breathe. Especially if you're like me. I have a very small body. Like, not like that. But like, I have a very small body, as you can see. Like, I'm very narrow. Compared to like a lot of other females that I noticed. And my stomach sticks out on the sides when I'm showing. But also, it's so round that when you lay down, you can't breathe. When you sit on like a bus or in a car, unless it's like really reclined, you can't breathe. If you sit like really reclined for a long period of time, you can't breathe. Doctor's appointments? Fuck those. Eyelash appointments? None of those. You can't breathe. And I'm not the type of person that speaks up for myself if I'm in discomfort, because especially if the other person has never had a kid, they don't understand the type of discomfort you're in. And they're like, what do you mean? You can't sit down. Like, I just can't. I'm being suffocated. But, yeah. They will kick you inside, and sometimes they will hurt you. Like, that's very possible. They will hurt you from their kicks. Yari was pretty, relaxed. She didn't really move that much at all my whole pregnancy. And I kind of appreciated that, I feel, but also it gave me a ton of anxiety not knowing if she's okay, you know? But yeah, she always measured pretty good though, so I was always, still confident in it. Yeah, they will stick their finger in you. If they ask you for a cervical check, they're gonna stick your finger in you, or like a little thing or something to measure your cervix. And if you are not anywhere near your labor, that shit will hurt. Membrane sweeps, I've heard from a lot of people, they hurt. I have not had a membrane sweep. I did not let them check my cervix before I lost my mucus plug or any contractions or anything. I did not let them check my cervix for the simple fact that I did not want pain. And also I didn't want it to induce early labor because I did hear that type of thing. And I just wanted to be able to have everything the way it's supposed to be, I feel. There's a stink bug on my ring light. I swear this house is infested by stink bugs. And I don't squish them! That's the thing! You know how they say if you squish a stink bug, it sends off the pheromones and more I don't even hurt them! And there's so many! And this just started like a few weeks ago. I don't know. That's too much. But another thing. When I used to sleep, I used to get horrible Charlie horses in my leg. I didn't even know what a Charlie horse was. I learned what they were when I used to wake up every night screaming in fucking pain. And I found out a little tip. If you're having a Charlie horse, especially if it's pregnancy related, 1, drink more water. You need to drink more water, especially before you go to sleep. 2, stretch out your heels. If it's happening in the back of your leg, which is where mine happened, stretch out your heels. Stretching out the muscle. My foot looks ugly! But stretching out the muscles will help, well, when you're having a Charlie horse, it's all the muscles in your leg, like, reacting at the same time erratically, like, basically what your heart does when your heart goes into, like, fibrillation type of thing, but just a muscle spasm. And at no point in time are all your muscles in a certain area of your body meant to be contracting at the same time, which is why it causes immense pain. Yeah, and a lot of times it's due to dehydration. That's the most common cause. And also lack of circulation probably too. So, and which you will experience a lot with pregnancy. That's why I do not recommend, if you are like me and like to get your eyelashes done, after you start shedding, you probably shouldn't get your eyelashes done. Or at least after you start experiencing pain from laying on your back for long periods of time. Because that's what happened to me and I regretted it and I didn't get my eyelashes done ever again while pregnant. Because upon leaving that day, I was like having like heat flashes. I started seeing like fuzzies and shit. And I felt like I was gonna throw up out of nowhere, and I haven't been throwing up for like weeks at that time, you know? So, oh yeah, and you still will throw up randomly. Even after your nausea is like your morning sickness. Morning sickness is all day. I forgot to tell y'all that. Did I tell y'all that? Yeah, it's all day. That's why I call it my nausea. Because it's not morning sickness. That's the biggest lie they will ever tell you. Some people don't. My friend never experienced morning sickness. And to that I say, I'm jealous. Oh, after you give birth, titties will hurt. Get nipple butter. You know the best, I know, the best nipple butter to get if you plan on breastfeeding, pumping, or anything like that, or even if you don't plan on it, over there. It's over there, it's on the light. Go look at the light. I will put it on the screen because that's just the best nipple butter. It's and I didn't like the one that everybody was saying, like Mama's Choice or whatever. It was like a little pot of it. I didn't like that very much because I had my daughter in the winter. It was always too cold and I always had to rub too hard to get that on. Where the other one is just a paste, like an ointment type of thing, and you could rub that into the area a lot easier, which is what you need. You cannot. Another thing, bras. Get bras that are way bigger than you expect. I am normally a size 34, 36C. I was wearing double D when I was like a few months postpartum. And they will make you very hot. I was a exclusively pumping mother for Yari for the first 6 months, and it hurt. They hurt when they get full. Other than that, I guess it's a thriving ecosystem in here. But yeah, it hurts a lot if you don't get the pump on time. If you guys ever need help or want inspiration on your pumping journey, or even want me to post my pumping journey with this current baby, let me know. I will give you guys all the tips and tricks of an oversupplier. I was an oversupplier until about 6 months when I started working a lot more because I was promoted to manager, and I was never given breaks ever. And they were even telling me, you are entitled to, I don't know what it is, do some research, but there is like a rule that jobs have to allow you time to breastfeed or pump. And they did not do that. They never gave me enough time. They never even braked me, never mind allow me to pump on my pumping schedule. I had to pump every 4 hours. It wasn't exactly the best experience. I was so sleep deprived. I had insomnia after I had her. I dealt with postpartum depression with her. But that was mostly because of my environment, I feel. my postpartum with my daughter. So hopefully that's a lot better, this pregnancy. But we're gonna see. And I think that's all that I can think of. I waddled. I had a waddle. People used to call me Waddles. What else? I don't even know. I don't think there's anything else. Whenever you start being able to drink water again, you will drink a lot of it. Drink tons of water. That's all. That's the biggest tip I could give you. Get as much exercise as you can and drink a lot of water. I worked all throughout my first pregnancy, and honestly, it's the best distraction, and two, it helps your body. It helps you not develop like water retention because of when you're laying on your stomach for long periods of time. You could, like I said, you could deal with like blood flow backups and also water retention and stuff like that. Just especially if your diet isn't the best, which tends to happen a lot when you're pregnant, because you cannot have anything other than your cravings. My craving is on the way right now. You don't know how much money I spend on DoorDash because I'm too nauseous to get to the store in time without throwing up in my car. And I don't want to throw up in my car. That's another thing. How do y'all... I was actually very concerned that I had HG. If you don't know what HG is, it's like extreme nausea to the point where, with my daughter, I have lost 15 pounds because I was throwing up so much. With my daughter, I could not drink water. I could not keep anything down. I could not act normal. I couldn't be myself for so many weeks. I lost so much weight. I looked like I was just throwing up every single thing I ate. I could not keep anything down, not even the medicine. And it just honestly was a horrible experience and not to mention, you're not even showing yet. Like, you're throwing up and you feel like shit and you can't even be like, I'm pregnant, because people are gonna look at you like, no, you're not. You know what I mean? I don't like that feeling, but people will dead ass tell you you're not, or you're carrying, you look so small for being this amount of weeks, or you look so big for being this amount of weeks. How about too old to be that stupid? You're too old to be that ignorant to talk to me like that. Like, no, you don't talk to somebody that is pregnant telling them that they look like something is wrong with them. Like, no, everybody's body is different. Just because I didn't get big as fuck, or just because I wasn't as your size, or just because I'm big as fuck, doesn't mean shit about you. And keep your opinion to yourself. That's a tip. Especially if you don't know they're pregnant. Keep your opinion to yourself. Find out they're pregnant. That's when you could talk to somebody about it, especially if they're very open about it. I was very shy about talking about it. People talk about me in person. I mean, I'll answer it, but I didn't really bring it up first, I never felt the need to tell somebody I was pregnant unless they were close to me. But if they ask, I'm well, yeah, I am. Okay. And I was pregnant in high school, so imagine that. With Yari, at least. But I graduated early, so I wasn't even in school whenever I had her. But And I didn't even graduate that much earlier. I literally graduated 4 months early, 5 months early. What you doing? Yari. But I think that's all that I can think of now. At least, if you guys want a part 2, and I think of anything else, I will give y'all a part 2, for sure. Meanwhile, I'm spinning, because a baby is spinning me right now. That's going to be all for today's video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Be sure to stay tuned for my weekly uploads, because why would you want to miss them? If you're watching this far, you obviously love me. I'm playing. But I hope you would. See you. Bye, guys.